What's up, people? I am about to go live with Kyle Deutsch. Just waiting for him to join. Um, Actually, let's send him an invite. Right. If you're joining now, welcome. Greetings from beautiful Madrid. It's good to see you guys. It's been a while since I was last live. I'm waiting for Kyle Deutsch to join the call so we can get cracking and basically dive into my new single, Keep My Heart Safe, and discuss the inspiration behind the song, how Kyle joined the project, talk about all the other writers, how it began, and it began 3 years ago. So there's quite a bit to talk about and some fun information for you guys. Just trying to go through the comments. Hi guys. Greetings from Madrid. Good to see you all here. Nick, good to see you, bro. Much love. Hope Berlin is not too cold. I'm just waiting for Kyle to join. If you have any questions for us, specifically about the song Keep My Heart Safe, just throw them in here, and we will try and answer all the questions. Or if you have a random question, this is your opportunity to catch me live, to catch us live. I don't know why Kyle can't join. Let's invite him again. Good to see you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Greetings from Madrid. Come on, Kyle. What's going on? Hey guys, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you all. So I'm waiting for Kyle Deutsch. I don't know what's going on. African internet. Thankfully, I'm right now in Spain doing this call, so it's it's a lot easier. But my brother Kyle in South Africa is struggling to join. So man, I don't know. This is what's going on, man. Anyway, look, we're going to be talking about our brand new single, Keep My Heart Safe. And I would love to answer any questions you guys have about the single, or just in general about anything going on in my world or Kyle's world. So let's make this interactive as possible. I'm trying to go through all the comments now, so I can see what your questions are, your thoughts are, your reactions. And we try to make this as fun as possible. So look, as we're waiting for Kyle to join, why don't you guys just shoot me some questions and ask me anything you want to know. Again, specifically about the song "Keep My Heart Safe," but in general, I'm here to answer any questions you might have about me, missing Zambia, missing home, missing Kenya. Greetings to you guys in Tel Aviv, in Berlin, in Lusaka, in Johannesburg. Ethel, I'm not sure where you are, whether you're still in Malawi or in Zambia, but greetings to you too. Yeah, Kyle is struggling to join, It's, yes, I don't know, African internet, man. We need to fix this. This is a whole topic on its own. So I hope you guys are vibing to Keep My Heart Safe. So there's a question from Nick. How does somebody actually keep a heart safe? Is that a literal task or a metaphor? Well, coming from Nick, who's one of the writers on the track, this is interesting, but I guess the title of this track, Keep My Heart Safe, is very abstract, and that's one of the beautiful things about it. And also quite personal in terms of how each one kind of like perceives the lyrics and understands the song. But the gist of the song is really touching on our deepest desires in life, which in my case as one of the writers is our goals, our passion, our talent areas, something that fulfills us in this life. Because it's easy to fill up your life with a lot of material stuff and temporary stuff and meaningless stuff, and live a whole life that is unfulfilled. Even if on paper it might seem successful, it could be deeply unfulfilled, and you could be unsatisfied. So this song is really about tapping into your innermost self, your purpose on this earth, and that could be many different things, for different people. For me, it's music. It has been music since I was a young boy, and I've been on this journey for a long time. But this song is basically a word of encouragement to everyone to pursue their dreams, to follow their paths. Life is not easy. No industry is easy. No path is easy. Life was not designed to be easy. It has its ups and downs, and that's the beauty of life. The ups are not constant, but neither are the downs. So this track is really just a friendly reminder to everyone to hang on, don't let go, don't give up. Even as we get older, and as we deal with more heartache, more rejection, more failure, don't let go, don't give up. It's part of the process. Because if you do let go, then what's the point? What's the point, of this thing we call life? And that's basically the meaning behind the song, in my eyes, at least. I'm trying to, get Kyle to join this call, but I think he's a little shy today. I don't know what's going on. Carlos, good to see you, bro. It's been a while. I hope you're well, man. Hope I bump into you now that I'm back in Madrid. Let's see, another question. Wish for me to work with local artists. Well, Sir Daniel, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. If you look at my discography, I'm constantly working with local artists. Perhaps I'm just not working with the local artists you want me to work with, but I am definitely ticking that box. Constantly collaborating with instrumentalists, with writers, with singers. Currently working on a track with Mumbayachi, which I'm really excited about. I've been chatting with Sampa the Great about a potential collaboration as well, which would be really cool because our worlds are very different. And it would be a fantastic synergy that we could create. And worked with a lot of other instrumentalists like David Andish, Sir Jones, Morocco, Abel Chungu, Sam Nyambe from the Crazy Fish band, and that's basically Pompey's band, Abel Chungu's band. There's a lot of local collaboration going on, so just recheck your facts. What kind of places are your songs available? For example, Audiomack, Boomplay. Now. Uh, you're the one that opened the doors, so I'm gonna walk through it as I'm waiting for Kyle to join. My music, just like most artists' music, is available on all the international platforms. And the most popular platforms for music consumption are, of course, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, and so on. Audiomack, Boomplay, these are not mainstream platforms. To be honest, I don't even know much about them because outside of the African market, there's very little talk about these platforms. I've been in Spain for most of this year, and that conversation, these names, Boomplay, Audiomack, have never popped up in any conversation I've had here with my record label, Sony, with other artists, with DJs, with promoters. So, there is really no excuse anymore for African music consumers to have to find alternative platforms to consume their music because Spotify is finally available in all of Africa, and so is Apple Music, and Deezer too. these platforms, you can find the other. And they also have incredibly competitive pricing in terms of their like premium subscription prices. So you know, there is really no excuse for us as Africans not to play on the global stage when it comes to music consumption and when it comes to choosing the platforms with which we consume our music. So I hope that answers that question. If you're looking for my music, just look at the international standard. Yeah, Sheffy, I'm a big fan of Sheffy. I love the track that he did with Sampa, the song that's on the Black Panther trailer. You know, let's see how things go and whether our paths cross. You know, it's one thing to be a fan of an artist, and it's another for your, you know, to believe that your musical worlds can come together. You know, you don't want to force something. It needs to kind of you know, be organic and be meaningful. So let's see how that goes. Favorite producer, DJ of all time. I don't know. That's a tricky question. That's a tricky question. I would. I've got so many, and they come from different eras. You know, I remember about 10 years ago, Robert Miles. Yo, you made it! You made it, man.
Because the way my phone, I think when I phoned you on WhatsApp, it decided to just kill us there. My phone was
Oh
like,
man, African
it
timing,
didn't,
bro. African
it didn't
timing.
want.
What's going on?
Oh, Ian, you know all about it. You know all about it, bro. You know all
How are you
about it.
doing?
It's cool. So I missed the whole beginning. I missed the whole beginning. I caught the end, how the worlds collide and the universes start to bang the stars together. And
Yeah, nah, man, don't worry about it. I was just blabbering. But happy you joined. But you know, before we even jump into the song, let's jump into something that is more important. I want you to tell me about this surprise that you are preparing for
and
in January.
just I'll just show you around the room what we're dealing with right now.
This man right here has the greatest gift on the planet in transit. In transit.
In transit, in transit.
Do you know
Yeah,
whether
man.
it's a boy or girl? Do you know the gender?
Well, I mean, the bottom of the room is looking pretty,
Now,
looking,
Kyle, we
looking
should not
pretty.
assume, you know. Oh man.
It's 2022. It's 2022. What are you saying? It can be everything.
But do you know whether it's a boy or
Yeah.
girl? I didn't get that.
Boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada ging, chingada boom, bada ging, bada ging, bada boom, bada
Can
bing.
you?
My signal's whacking, must be. I think MTM is doing us a heavy dirty right now, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised. I'm surprised because usually it's not too bad. But you can hear me now, right? You're back?
Right now, yeah. We're back. We're back. We're back.
All
We
right,
literally
man.
went on a video
Let's
before this. We're like, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna go live. And then I'm sure you were like, when is my guy going live?
now I have to
I
entertain
literally dropped
all
a
these
call. I'm
people that
like,
are
okay,
watching
cool.
my
Let
dumb
me just go live on Instagram. Like, try go live. It's like connecting, checking your connections. Apparently, I got no connections to the site, bro.
Oh man, man. So tell me a bit about how the song is doing in South Africa, because I hear radio is loving it, man, which is
Chowing.
amazing.
It's chowing. Yeah, we got the text today. I mean, you obviously saw it. We're going into we number 84 on the top 100, and that's cool, bro.
That's
That's
amazing.
cool. Obviously, I'm only in Durban, so I only get to hear what I like whenever I turn on the radio. But that's wow, that's amazing news. Amazing.
That's amazing. It's incredible, and a big thank you to all the South African radio stations that are supporting our song
Mm,
"Keep My Heart Safe." If you're tuned into this call, then big love, greetings from
yeah.
Spain. so grateful.
Yeah, mad. It's mad.
I
Okay.
I'm just briefly before we jump into the track and we get carried away on our conversation. I want to just see if there are any unanswered questions in the chat here. Someone else
So,
asked what
yeah.
what DAW I'm using or we're using. I use a combination of Ableton and Logic. I'm not sure what you use. What do you
Yeah,
use?
I'm on Ableton. I'm on Ableton for vocal recordings, and sometimes I find that the bounces that come out, whether we bounce it from Fruity or the different doors, sometimes sonically, even if you take the same wave to Ableton, sometimes the bounce quality just seems to, I don't know what they've got some spice there. They've got some spice there.
I feel you. I feel you. Another question. What kind of Nah, I think I've answered that question. That was about
We're trying to
music
collect
from
some mango orange.
yeah, I think I got that. Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered a lot of the key questions, at least the ones that I can see over here. So I guess let's just jump into the
Yeah.
track, man. Let's jump into Keep My Heart Safe. Now, man, I have, I did that crazy media tour in Zambia for the track, and I've been talking about this song
Mm.
so much that like my lips are like numb, But
Got it.
what's so
No, no.
interesting is it's very personal and it's perceived by everyone in a slightly different way. I'm curious to know, as obviously one of the writers on the project and one of the singers, how do you perceive this song? What does "Keep My Heart Safe" mean to you, to Kyle Deutsch?
Uh, so it's like um, for me, it's like it's actually when I was explaining it, because obviously I've done my own tour this side for like a brief stint, and it's like it's kind of similar to the messaging on Back to the Beach, where it's just like I want to get away from everything, and and almost an addition onto it because it's like I just want to get away from everything, but I don't just want to go to the beach. I want to dream further than that. I want to dream about my aspirations in life, and all those fresh little dreams are keeping my heart safe. Those sort of things keep you motivated in life, and you want to be able to say, okay, cool, this is what I want to achieve, so I'm gonna pursue that, and that's gonna keep my heart safe in a way because I'm gonna be starting to achieve, like working towards your goals and achieving your goals. That's something that motivates the human spirit. So that's kind of what I've gathered from the song, which I think is pretty much the messaging. What do you got to say, boss?
Yeah,
Same story.
for me, yeah, but perhaps from a different angle. So this
Mhm.
journey, this Keep My Heart Safe journey, began in 2019 with a dear friend of mine and an amazing singer-songwriter from Brazil called Barbara Schuko, and her artist
Mm.
name is Badia. And we did a track called Indigo Sky together in like 2000, that same year or the year before actually. Anyway, so we met studying music about 9, 10 years ago in Boston, and it was around this time actually. I wonder whether Barbara is tuned in now. It was around Halloween. I remember I walked into one of these Berkeley buildings, and people were like carving pumpkins, and she was carving this big ass pumpkin, and that's kind of how we met, over the pumpkin.
How
Um,
weird.
and
If you were looking
and we
kind of
became
good at the time, man. You were kind of single, I'm sure. You know how it was. You know, you
and,
know how it goes. She was wearing shorts, not
and
jeans, because it's like a little bit hot still.
no, it was winter, man. It was Halloween, man. It was freaking cold. Boston is crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so from there we became good friends and
Mhm.
collaborators too. We've worked on a few different projects, and this is the
Nice.
latest project. And so we started developing this song back in 2019, and she came up with this hook and this phrase, "Keep my heart safe." But I think where we got stuck was with the verses. I felt like the verses were not entirely sort of like fulfilling my vision for the track, although I was not
You
even
had
sure at the
written,
time
you
exactly
wrote
what.
verses. You wrote verses.
Yeah, the verses we did with Barbara. And I think the feeling was kind of mutual at the time. And so what we decided to do, which is something that I've done a few times in my career so far, is just push the track to the side, put it on the back burner, let it simmer,
Hey, man.
let it figure itself out.
I got the
And it
man.
did
Yeah.
eventually.
That's
And Janu came on board. So I signed with a new management company about 1.5 years ago. And quickly into the signing, I realized there was this German duo called Janu that they were working with, and they are incredible. Incredible writers. The singer
mm,
is like wow. I mean, her voice is so unique, so powerful, and
pioneer.
her tone and
You can
texture
hear me.
is incredible. And so I quickly got in touch with them, and they really liked the project, so we started working on it together. Um, and then we came to the king of Durban, Kyle Deutsch, for you to bless the track
Yeah.
with your seasoning, your Zulu seasoning, and you did. But I think now sort of that's like looking at the process of how it came together in a nutshell. But if you're from now looking at it from the point of view of like what the song is about, and I was talking about this, briefly before you joined the call. It's really about fulfillment. If I could just pick
Mm,
one word, it's about fulfillment, fulfilling your heart's
mm,
desires in
mm.
life, and how easy it is to live a whole life unfulfilled, bro,
Yeah.
because life is not easy. It's not easy to do what you love
Mm,
because of pressure from society, pressure from
mm,
family, pressure from yourself,
mm,
um, self-doubt, uh, challenges in the industry. No industry is easy, but the music industry
mm.
is for sure not easy.
Not
It
easy.
is
Like people
almost,
think it's
it,
beautiful, yeah, boss, on this side of the camera. They think it's like,
yeah,
ooh, sailing.
I
Where's your
know, I
yacht?
know.
By now,
And
you're supposed to have yachts.
and what's crazy is that music, art in general is beautiful, man.
Mm,
It's a way of expression. It's a critical way of expression. It's food for the
mm,
soul. And it's actually a shame that during the pandemic the world labeled us as non-essential workers, which is total bullshit. And it was a big letdown because we feed the soul, we heal the soul. When you have a broken spirit, a broken heart, you turn to art,
mm,
and that is not non-essential. I'm sorry, but that's not
mm,
non-essential. So for me, this
mm,
song is really about protecting your fulfillment in life. And it
mhm,
doesn't mean you need to become the biggest star in whatever industry you're in. It just means you need to do what you love.
mm,
In some cases, certain musicians are better off actually doing music on the side and kind of like protecting that
yeah,
passion field, as
yeah,
opposed to converting it into their job
yeah,
and getting
yeah.
mixed in the music business, which is so different from the
Yo,
art. And, in
yo,
some cases, actually against the art. So, yeah, for
that's
me, keep
actually
my heart
crazy.
safe. In a nutshell, protecting your life's fulfillment.
Mm. Yeah, which is in similar line, same sort of vein. It's a positive, uplifting song. You want to escape from where you're at. You want to aspire to be where you want to aspire to be. It's yeah, it's beautiful, bruh. When it landed on my door, I was like, why you didn't just phone James Blunt? Because when I heard the female vocal, I was like, sounds like the female version of James Blunt. You should have just hit him up and said, hey, bruh, let's go for it. You know, and then but the African nature of the song is too much. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. And for
It
those
had
who
to go
don't
back
know,
to the continent.
it had to. And my father recently went back to where you born and where he was born. Yeah, he went fishing on the Zambezi, which was so dope, and that was cool. And for me to hear how the roots are touching home, which is so
Yeah.
sick. And we just recently heard, I don't know if the people know that we at number 84 on the top 100 rounds in SA, which is mad, and we're hoping we can use that to stream and to continually push the song internationally. We're going into World Cup fever, and this song is like it's like World Cup fever kind of vibes.
Absolutely,
World Cup
man. No,
fever.
it's incredible, and I'm so grateful for all the support that South African radio, South African listeners are giving the song, in particular, because these are statistics from the South African market that we're talking about specifically right now. So, to all of you guys tuned in from SA, thank you guys, thank you. Keep streaming it. Let's drive it. Let's drive it to the top. You know, and it's funny, Nick. You haven't met Nick, but Nick is the mixing engineer and mastering engineer on the song, but also a writer. And Nick and I have a great connection. You know, he's Greek, I'm half Greek, and you know we always have a blast working on projects because I drive him crazy
Can you
with the
speak
number
Greek?
of revisions and changes. Sorry.
What do you speak Greek? Is it called Greek? If you speak in Greek language, is it called, do you speak Greek? Or do you speak
Yeah, of
Latin?
course.
What do you say? You
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
Greek?
Greek.
Okay. That's a weird one. I've never had to ask anyone that. Do you speak
Yeah.
Greek?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
say
no, no,
something
no,
in
no, no.
Greek. Say
Exactly,
something in
exactly.
Greek. Say I've never heard anyone speaking Greek. Say something in Greek.
What
Say this song is really great.
I mean I could say that, but I'm gonna teach you a word that is even more important, which is
Okay.
malaka. Malaka.
Malak,
And
Malak,
if you ever hear from Nick, you should just call him just re
Mal-
malaka. That's how
Re
you need to start your
Re
response to him.
Malaka.
Perfect. There you
Everything
go.
is everything is everything is great. That was me.
Yeah. Re malaka is like Hakuna Matata.
Oh, it's like worries for the rest of your days.
Um, I'm, you know, something else we should probably shed some light on is what
Let's see who else wants
a
to jump on this
COVID.
live.
Sorry.
I was saying, let's see who wants to jump on this live. If you want to,
Yes.
or we'll interrupt right there. If you want to jump on our live, hit us up in the request, and I'm sure I was gonna add you on real quick. Carry on, bro.
So something we should maybe add is what a COVID collaboration this like global pandemic collaboration this song was. So, you know, it
Yeah.
was put together by writers in the US. That was Barbara. You were in South
Mm,
Africa. I was in Zambia at the time. Nick was in Germany, and Janu were also in Germany.
mm.
So, and none of us ever met in person during the production of the track, or
Exactly.
even the writing. And you know, it's just it shows you how critical technology has become when creating art, and how it has just enabled artists that live on opposite sides of the world to be able to
Jump
connect,
in.
to create, to
Yeah,
establish synergy. I still think when you're in the studio with someone, there's a special, you know, magical
so
vibe
much.
that happens that is not exactly the
Yeah,
same as
man.
doing stuff remotely. But then again, we have to understand and appreciate the changes that technology is bringing. You know, things are different. You know, when Elvis Presley was working on a track, I mean, he never had these possibilities. Now it's like we should take advantage of technology. If the writer is on the other side of the globe, don't wait until you're in the same city or
And
the same
also
country. Do
developing,
it.
I think, and also developing the fact that there's multiple ideas for the same track. So the same way they used to have rhythms and all that, they send out like one beat, and then like there's about 10 different songs on the same thing. The same way is like if you're working on the song with someone in studio, it's like you all follow the same sort of pattern. Now when you're like, oh, okay, cool, I hear this, and then you wait on it a bit and you send it to someone, and now it's like a little bit later, they've heard a bit more inspiration, and then like jump on, they're like, yo, we should actually do this. So it's becoming crazy. It's almost to a point where we feel like, are we ready to put this out yet? Because it could change, like every song could change at any moment in time if you just want to sit at it a bit longer, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And
Mm,
that's a good point because I think remote collaborations by default allow you to take a little bit more time and give each collaborator a bit more privacy with the song. For example, if you send me your vocals, I can sit with my own thoughts in private,
mm, mm,
criticize what you sent me, you know, generate my feedback, recheck my feedback, and
mm.
then get that feedback to you in 1 or 2 days or in a week. I'm not under
Yeah.
pressure. I don't have a gun to my head to give you
Yeah.
my, you know, my reaction, my response right there on the spot in that studio session. And I think that is a benefit because art, you know, needs time, you know, sometimes at least.
Mm,
And for me, having done many of my tracks remotely over the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years, that is perhaps the biggest advantage. The
mm.
kind of
The
the,
ability to take time.
yeah, to take time
Mm,
in private, you know, like because
mm,
art is a private thing, you know.
mm,
Even just to kind of like react and really understand whether you like what your collaborator is doing, what you feel could be done, or you know what you know, even just whether you like it, you know, just giving yourself
mm.
a few listens before you actually say this is it, you know, it's done, or you know, this is what we're going to stick to. So yeah, I think that's definitely a bonus and
100%.
one of those
It's
strong.
always been it's always been rushed, and you never know. Sometimes, hey, sometimes I like the fast feel. Like for Back to the Beach, we made that thing in like 2.5 hours. Clap, done, poof, out.
Yeah,
Then we're like, the song might be too short. You know, let's add a bridge because if we're gonna put it on TV now, we don't want to have a 2 minutes 20 song. We'd rather have like a 3 minute song. Let's
yeah,
let's add a bridge in the video. So sometimes fast is like is so nice. The artistic energy is flowing. Then when you start to revisit it more and more, you start to doubt yourself. So I suppose what you're talking about is the perfection comes when you like sit and steadily have time behind it, and you know you piecing this thing together piece by piece. And then sometimes there's just like this thing needs to fly right now, kind of vibe.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I think there is no perfect formula for how you put a song together. It could come out of a 2 hour session, or it could come out of a 2 year process.
Mm,
Um, but each song kind of dictates its own fate, and in terms of how it's put together. And
exactly.
this is definitely
And
an
sometimes
advantage.
the end phase takes way longer than even the initial phase. Like we've got songs that we're sitting on, we just had to go through like a hard drive crash. Right now we are into, there's like one guy apparently in the whole of Durban who can rescue your hard drive if ever need be. You know, if the
Wow.
worst comes to the worst and that thing's not happening, we
Yeah,
can go to
yeah.
the guys and we just rescued ourselves. And we got projects on there from like 2016, 2015 that we're still in the process of like, okay, cool. Feels like the music is it's like if we change this and this, it's a good time for this record. So there is that sort of thing where time, I mean, I'm sure you've got how many demos there stacked on the PC, bro.
Yeah, man. In
Like,
fact, my
yeah.
laptop is hating me right now because I have just loaded it. A terabyte is nothing these days, man. Terabyte is like, man, your smartwatch should have a terabyte. That's how much
Yeah,
a terabyte means in
need the song.
2022.
It's mad.
But
It's
tell me
mad.
something else. So, you know, we still haven't met in person, you and I. And so
Yeah,
when Mikio, when my manager reached out to you in the summer, I think I was in Cyprus at the time for a gig, and we jumped on a phone call the next day. I want to know what
Well,
your reaction was to the demo, to the idea, to all of that. I don't think we got a chance to talk about this.
So uh, how I work is um, so firstly I checked. I think it's the I checked my message requests and I saw something like hanging down and you just like scroll through those. I'm just like okay cool and then it just said like hi. We've broken some artists like Robin Schultz and he mentioned some O's there and I was like oh, okay cool. It's like right and I'm up for like for features and for making music and being artistic. So I was like, and when he says drops names like that, I'm like, okay, cool, like let's work. And then so he sent through the song, and then if I'm gonna feature on a song, I don't open the like I don't play it for myself until the mic is open. So then I waited like imagine I've got the song and it's just parking in my inbox there. I'm like it's like
Wow.
there for a whole day. I'm just like I can't wait to get home. I'm gonna open the laptop. I'm gonna stand next to the microphone and then like whatever I start to hear, I'm just gonna be like, okay, cool. This is what we're gonna rock with. Then I go there, I hear everything is like is complete. It sounds like it's sounds like it's complete. I'm like, yo, I phone him back. I'm like, yo, okay, cool. What's going on? Like, you think it's like, you think it's, you think it's fine? Yeah, we're gonna put me. So I was like, hey, wait. So I said to him, I said, no, we must sing on the song. We have to sing on the song. So let's go. We went and we started to change up a bit of the second verse. You guys were like, okay, cool, let's keep it like this. Let's fuse it like this. And I was like, okay, cool. And we got to a point where we thought it was sounding dope. And yeah, that's how it went down, bro.
Yeah,
That's how it went. But from first listen, I knew I was like, the song is it's a banger. You can't deny it. It's like it's a feel good record. You can't hate it. There's no room for hate on the track.
cheers, man.
From
Cheers. I'm
from my
so happy we managed to get you on board and that you were so
Mm.
positive about the collaboration. And I hope we can actually meet in person soon. It sucks when you don't get to meet your
These guys, we were supposed to have the whole launch party, the whole thing, but maybe we can do it in Jan still.
Yeah, man,
Let's
absolutely.
do it
And
in
now
Jan.
that the song is building on South African radio,
Mm.
it's going to be even better, even better and more appreciated. We finally do
Yeah.
a joint show together in Durban.
100%. 100%. So what's your plans there in Spain? What you gonna be
So
doing?
I am actually, and
So you're in
this,
Madrid right now.
sorry.
So you're in Madrid right now.
I'm in Madrid. I'm in Madrid. It's winter over here. It's not too cold, but as far as Spain is concerned, it's winter. And as an African guy, it's uh it's still fucking
What
cold.
is what is what does your view look like out your window? Can your phone make it to the window? What you
It's
got
dark.
outside?
Dark.
Like city vibe. Are you in the city?
Can I show you? Yeah, it's
Because
basically
I've
my
been to Madrid
neighborhood.
once, but they okay,
Yeah, it's just my
okay.
neighborhood, man.
No like no
So
places like that in Durban, bro. Unless you're in like the center of town.
it's I mean I love Madrid. I love Madrid. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm learning the language. I love Spanish. I've always wanted to learn Spanish. When I was a kid, I took Spanish at school. I picked it, but then I reached a point where I had to either focus on Greek, which is my actual language. I'm half Greek,
Yeah.
uh, or kind of just take the risk
Just,
of not really focusing on one foreign language aside from English, obviously, which is my mother tongue. And so
mm,
I decided to drop Spanish in grade 9, I think, after doing it for 2 years. But after really doing it well, I love my teacher. I was doing well, but I couldn't really advance because I chose to focus on Greek at the time. My brain just couldn't handle too many languages at the same time at that age. So now life has
so you know the
finally
polite and how to flirt. I'm sure you know how to flirt.
how to man, I just use my eyes. I just use my eyes.
You can flirt in Spanish.
You
There's
know,
any if
flirting.
there's any South African girls tuning in, yeah, bro, they would love to say like for you to say just like, yo, how's it going? How about I could take your number or something like that in Spanish. I would say that. I go for that.
Flirting in a foreign language is actually, in my opinion, the last thing you kind of learn, because it takes a while to develop that kind of confidence, you know? Like even in Greek, like I speak fluent Greek, but it's very like textbook kind of Greek. I don't really know Greek slang. I would sound very like dumb if I tried to flirt with a Greek girl in Greek. Um, so
I think that's just because you're a nice guy. It's like you didn't
perhaps.
learn the cuss word. You didn't learn the cuss word first.
I mean, you can know the you can know the insults and some like dirty words and stuff, but man, like when you have the ability to use your mother tongue to play mind games, man,
Uh,
and just
yeah, you
like
can't.
meander yourself,
Mm,
uh, like that.
but
It's
they're not really gonna understand what you. I suppose it's when you're in that environment, you're gonna have to use that. But if you can just use it just to pass, we call it like fanigalo. It's like when you're speaking, you just like it's like a little bit of Afrikaans, so you can speak a little bit of Zulu, or you can speak like a little bit of a language, just enough to get by,
just
you know?
enough to get by. Yeah, I mean, look, I hope I can get to the stage where my Spanish actually becomes fluent, and I think for that it's going to require a combination of like formal Spanish classes at school, plus
Mm.
like really hanging out with Spanish people. In fact, people that don't even know English, because if your
Yeah.
friends, my Spanish friends also know English, that's like it's like a
You
back
just speak
door,
English.
it's an escape route. If I'm too tired and I'm like, no guys, I don't want to speak Spanish today, we switch to English. That's not going to help me. So I need to find some.
So when you hang out there, they speak English or they speak Spanish. If you're in the
Most
room.
people in general, mostly it's Spanish. Like if you go to a restaurant, in a taxi, a pharmacy, uh, any office, like almost anywhere, you call a restaurant to make a reservation, everything's in Spanish. But then again, all that is still pretty basic Spanish, you know? I mean, it doesn't require a very advanced level to be able to make a reservation or to order in a restaurant and stuff like that. The next step is really now just having like conversations and being able to express myself, in Spanish. So I'm setting some big goals for myself for next year, summer 2023. In addition to all my professional goals,
Yeah.
I have my
Yeah.
Spanish language goals. Um, so
There was this
hopefully,
one. You're gonna go for formal lessons. There's this one app that teaches you like it forces you to speak it into the we're checking it
Duolingo,
out.
Duolingo.
Yeah,
Have you?
yeah, Duolingo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was mad. We were trying to learn Swedish for a bit. That was
Why?
fun.
Why Swedish?
Because Carrie's family has well her brother has moved to Sweden, and we
Okay.
went over there for skiing, and we went to Norway, and they all speak Swedish over there. So we were like, ah, let's try learn one or two things. So funny. They say like to say yes, they go like they suck in. They go, all things like that. It's like it's weird to learn. Too fun.
And that's it's not an easy language. I mean, I don't think any language is easy, to
Wow.
be honest. But Swedish is for sure not easy in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I'm going to be back in Africa in a few weeks. I have a bunch of shows coming up in Zambia and possibly a few other African countries as well. All this information will be disclosed over the coming weeks. So to all of my African brothers and sisters, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon again through the festive season, which I'm very excited about. And then I will be back in Europe in January for basically the next phase.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, bro. So when do you land back in Zambia?
I don't know just
December?
yet. I don't have my dates fixed just yet, but it's probably going to be end of this month because I already have some booked shows first week of December in Zambia, so I need to be there by like the first.
Mhm. Okay. So we'll see how we plan it. We'll see how we're planning. Because I think
Yeah.
our first up to like the 12th December is looking kind of full right now. But then after that, maybe we can head out if you're still going to be that side.
Yeah, man, that would be dope. We need to do something.
Mm.
It's about time. And for the people that are
Mm.
tuned in
Mm.
just now, because I mean the way Instagram Live usually works is you've got like this turnover, right? You got people that
Yeah,
tune in
100%.
20 minutes, then another group for another 20 minutes. And so
Yeah.
for the guys that are tuned in for this 20-minute phase, Kyle, why don't you tell them the good news?
Oh, yeah. Keep My Heart Safe is entered into the top 100 on the South African Rap chart. We're sitting at number 84 right now, and we're on a whole bunch of different charts around the country. So yeah, shout out to you guys for the love and support and streaming the song. It's crazy to see that. I mean, a boy from Zambia, boy from Durban, South Africa, can work on a track with a female and a male duo from Germany and make it happen all online and release something that's really powerful. Yeah, it's really special, bro. So there's no, yeah, there's no, it's unique, and what we're doing is really cool, bro. So
Yeah, and you
it's.
know, something I've always, because my journey in music started off as a rapper. You know, when I was like 13,
Oh
I wanted
yeah,
to be a
we're
hardcore.
relevant.
Man, my lyrics were horrific. The kind of stuff talk you rapping about, you know, it was very dark stuff because
Play us
you know,
something. Yeah, play us something there. Play us a
no,
young.
it's
Play,
all on
play,
cassette tapes. The
play.
first records are all on cassettes. But the reason I'm saying this is because since the age of like 17, I made a very conscious decision to make positive music. I
Yeah.
believe art is very powerful and it can be
Mm,
powerful, and
mm,
artists that have a large reach are highly
mm.
influential. Um,
Yes.
and I decided that as an artist in my life, I was
Mm,
always only going to have a positive influence through my art
mm,
and never again a negative influence. And that's also partly why electronic music definitely speaks to me a lot more than rap music did. Not only does it allow me to fuse my two cultures, like the El Mukuka sound is all about Africa meeting the
mm,
West. It's this
mm,
mix of black and white,
mm,
just like I am,
mm,
you know,
mm,
black and white, Afro-European. But in addition to that, the El Mukuka also stands for positivity. You know, my music carries this positive message. And now, specifically going back to our song, Keep My Heart Safe,
mm.
it's probably one of the most positive tracks I've
Maybe.
ever done because it's not about love, it's not about romance. You know, it's
No.
bigger. It's bigger than that. Um,
It's the
it's about
positive feeling you.
fulfillment. Yeah, it's a very individual, very personal, very critical thing. You know, that's much bigger than Rome falling in and out of it. You know.
Bruh, too much. Too much. And I actually got that question. Where was I? At an interview. Oh, Lotus FM. I was on Lotus FM, which is a predominantly Indian radio station. And I arrived there. They're like, "Yo, you're gonna spice up the playlist right now. We're gonna hear a couple like commercial tracks rather than the normal generic stuff that we're used to hearing." And then I listened to some of their tracks. I was like, "This is beautiful." And and then they were like, during the interview, they mentioned, um, why is everything positive in your outlook and in your music? And I was like, yeah, thank you for saying that. They're like, have you made it positive? I was like, bro, if you had to listen to what I'm saying in some of my songs, it's not really it's positive, but it's like there's innuendos in there. There's like different meanings. There's like it's like
Yeah.
slight comments from a guy to a girl and how he wants to how he wants to have his way. And there's a whole lot of different sort of meanings within the tracks. But the fact that he picked up that it's always positive, it's always like uplifting, rather than some of the nonsense that's getting talked, is yeah, is a necessary space for our artistry. I would say in the pop genre and the commercial genre.
You know, this is obviously just my personal opinion, but there are a lot of artists, specifically musicians, who are misusing their influence, who are spreading negativity.
100%.
Uh, and look, man, we have enough fucking negativity in this world. All you have to do is turn on CNN or BBC or whatever news channel it is that you watch. That's it. You know, there's enough negativity. As artists, we need to be wiser than that, you know? It doesn't mean that life is just, you know, like sunny, bright, rosy days. No, we need to address issues in society. We need to confront these issues in our art in a very liberal way. But that itself is a positive task, you know?
Yeah.
There's no excuse for me for an artist to spread negativity.
Yeah. And no, and the tough thing is that I mean, negativity, not just like no one's gonna say like we hate everybody, but the way they spread the wrong message through to people is easy to see, bro. And no one, it's very hard to make a positive song. People must understand that. Way harder than it is to make a negative
True.
song.
That is
Like
true.
you want to try and send a positive message out. I mean, it's easy for us to just go out and sing about um, all those things, you know, like niggas, bitches,
Yeah.
alcohol, drugs. That's that's like, well, you can write all day about that. Um,
Yeah.
but to spread positive energy, it's not as it's not as easy, and it's
Yeah.
not as easily accepted. I mean, if you want to make news right now, just go do something terrible, you know, or sing
Exactly.
about something terrible, or like, did you hear about this guy's song? It talks about this, and
Exactly. Exactly. Cypher, how you doing? Just greeting Cypher from Kampala. Man, I don't know how many people from Uganda are tuned in right now, but I hope you guys are all doing all right. You guys were in the
Mm.
headline recently, um,
Mm.
but I'm really hoping that the situation is a lot better on the ground
Mm.
in Africa.
Mm.
Bro, let's make our final remark. What do you have to say to all these beautiful people tuned in right now, specifically about the song, but you know, in general, what are your final remarks?
I'm seeing you're still tuned in. Shout out to Valiso out there, and Tam Tam Bear, and Munzam Muyika, Saipa, Sintandile Mali. And it's cool to read all these names that are like, I mean, there's people that I wouldn't expect there, you know, and from all around the world. It's crazy. The love that's being shown towards the track is amazing, and I mean, uh, yourself and myself, we've got so much to grow, and it's great to have you people tuned in because you're with us on this journey, and this song has the potential to be super huge and to change our lives, and as well as inspire many other people. So it's crazy to see what this song is gonna do, and it might not happen in the next 2 months, but I think this song is gonna like have serious potential to do what it's designed to do, you know? It's that positive piece of energy that you started in motion and now help complete. And yeah, but we're on an awesome journey.
Yeah, man. Ojalá, ojalá, which is
Ojalá.
God willing, God willing, man. So, yeah, yeah. No, I
Which
totally,
language is
totally
that now?
agree.
Which language is that now?
That's
Ojalá.
Spanish.
You see
Ojalá.
now.
Yeah, God
You have to even ask you what language you're speaking. Thinking.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. You know, everything you said. I think this is a beautiful song, and it's so inspiring to see how it is touching everyone in a very different way. It's so personal, and I think that's the beauty of art. If art is being perceived in the exact same way, it's like I don't think the artist has really accomplished much. You know, each person needs to kind of see it through a slightly different lens, obviously kind of get the same extract the same feeling, the
Ultimate
same
connection, yeah.
yeah, have the same kind of like outlook
Mm.
towards the art, but I love it when people listen to the same song and see it through a different lens each time. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
Again, a big shout out to the
Oh
South
man.
African radio stations playing the track. You know, it's incredible to see how much progress the song has made in just what, like 2 months in South Africa. And
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see how it develops through the festive season, which is one of the coolest times, I
Oh,
think, in the South African industry.
of
So, yeah, man.
course. It's crazy. I must actually stall on releases. So it's maybe I think when the hard drive crashed, we were in like full create, release, just go for it mode. And I don't know. These things happen for a reason. So let's see what the song has to offer. And it's gonna have its space now to just breathe. And we're not gonna be releasing, I don't think, before the end of the year, which is also nice. And yeah, it's gonna. I think it's really gonna do the things, man. With all these peeps support on that are tuned in on the live. Uh, yeah, if you guys have heard it, thumbs up to you. If you've bumped it, please request it on your stations and wherever you tuned in around the world. It's a pleasure to meet you guys and to be able to chat to you. And yeah, bro.
Absolutely, man. Exactly what
Yeah.
he said. Everything he said.
Exactly.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning
Yeah.
in. We really appreciate it. Greetings from Madrid. For all my Zambia peeps, I'll see you in a few weeks. And
Yeah.
Kyle, I hope we can do something in South Africa in the coming months or
Mm.
coming weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, big love to everyone. Keep streaming the track, keep sharing the track. It means a lot. Every single share, every time you tag the song on an Instagram
Yeah.
story or in a reel, or you
Mm.
share it on your Facebook, or you just play it to a friend, you add it to a personalized playlist on Spotify. Every act means a lot to us. And I want to thank you on behalf of all the writers
100%.
on this track.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so much deeper than us as well.
Yeah, man.
So, so yeah, shout out to you guys, and everyone's gonna have joined at different times. But yeah, if you're late to this, we're talking "Keep My Heart Safe" and all the love you guys have been showing to the track. And yeah, thank you so much. We're in the top 100 on SA radio, international and local tracks, which is crazy.
It
So
is.
shout out
It
to
is.
the station for the support, and hopefully this will give us ammo to take it to the world. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. One love, man. Have an amazing night, bro.
Well,
And I will speak to you
you too,
soon.
bye.
Take care.
100%. Looking forward to everything, bye.
Stay well, guys. Keep your heart safe.
Ciao.